MOVO just sent over this motorized panning head. They call it the MTP-11 Electronic Ball Head Pro. Let's check it out.
All right, I've walked this thing into the back into the studio. Let's see if we can figure out how to use it even without cracking open that manual. On the bottom I see a 1/4 20 nut, so we can just basically put this in line between our tripod, quick plate, camera, whatever, and of course a 1/4 20 screw on the top to put our camera body. So I'm just going to screw this onto a simple light stand for the moment. Here I see an on-off switch. I see a row of LEDs on the top row here, number of degrees, 15, 30, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, all the way around to 360. So I'm assuming that's the arc of travel this thing is going to go through. Below that there is looks like a time interval between 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, and 60 minutes. So set your program control for whatever time you need. I'm going to guess I'm going to get the fastest movement, the furthest distance, the shortest amount of time. So if I set this to 360 degrees and time interval of 5 minutes, which it already is, I can mount a camera on here. Let me just take this vintage Nikon F4 and just screw that on there. Doesn't really matter what camera we've got, right? Alright, now in theory I should just be able to press the start button, this thing begin to spin around, and it is moving. Alright, I don't want you to sit here and watch this go for 5 minutes, but in theory in 5 minutes it will have made a full rotation. Let me step away, speed this up, and come right back. Well, that actually went just like I planned. That's kind of odd. Tell you what, let's do this next. I'll put an actual digital camera on here, prop it up in the studio. Let's see if we can get a nice panning shot around the studio just as a good next test. I'd really like to see just how stable this makes the panning shots go. Alright, I've set the motorized pan head up here with this small Nikon camera, and I'm going to run it for 90 degrees to get an arc around this 16 by 16 foot studio space in 5 minutes. So let me fire up the camera. It is recording. Let me fire up the head. It's blinking, which says it's moving. I can't really see it. It's very slow. But I'm going to just walk away and record what this sees, and we'll come back to you when it's done. Okay, enough playing around in the studio. Let's take this thing out into the real world. The first stop was this residential real estate shoot where I wanted to capture all of this great evening sunlight pouring into this open floor plan house. Next, I was hoping for a nice fiery sunset in this urban location. That never materialized, but I was impressed with the panning head's ability to stay steady at high winds at the top of this parking garage. And during a recent trip down to North Carolina, I stopped at this wind farm to chase clouds across the sky. Took a little bit of timing, but managed to pull this shot off. A couple other points I wanted to mention. First was, how do you change the direction? By default, it's going to turn clockwise. Pressing these two buttons, this indicator turns off, meaning it's now going to turn counterclockwise. Pressing it again puts that back. USB charging port over here. While the internal battery's got great life, probably run for a couple hours on you, and it takes about an hour to charge, I think. If you run low, all you do is just plug a charging brick into this USB port, even while it's running, and it will take that charge, and you don't have to stop it or anything. So that was nice. Okay, what are some of the things that I did not like about this unit? First, I didn't like the power intensity of these green LEDs, the arc length LEDs. In bright sunlight, I really had to kind of guard my eyes as make a hood to be able to read these indicators in the daytime. The red LEDs are fine, they're nice and bright. The other thing I didn't like about this unit, that was when it's at the higher speeds, or close to a degree per second, it's stepper motor technology, so you can actually see the steps appear in a video. So this really isn't designed to do real-time video shooting. It really is truly designed to do time lapses or really very slow videos. But I love the all-metal construction. It's very rugged, rolling around the back seat of my car. It's not scratched up. It still looks great. I like the simple controls. Very easy, very intuitive. I didn't crack open the manual, and I figured it out pretty quickly and took it on the road. I like the price point, right? $100. It's certainly a lot cheaper than some of its nearest competitors. Simple design, simple controls, nice price point. Okay, who's this product for? Well, I'd say that if you are a landscape photographer and you want to add a little bit of hyperlapse motion to some of your time lapses, this is a perfect product for you to throw in your bag. If you are doing real estate or other kinds of shots where you want these very, very low speed pans, perfect. If you're looking to get closer to real-time pans, like I said before, this is not going to give you that creamy, smooth motion at closer to real time. Finally, I want to shout out to Daniel at MOVO for sending me this evaluation unit. I would have thought I'd wrap this thing up in a couple of days, but it's taken me almost 2 months because we had such bad weather this winter here in my area. So thank you, Daniel, for your patience. So check out MOVO's website. I'll put a link in the comments where you can order this unit yourself, and a lot of other MOVO products, including sliders and a bunch of other video gear, a bunch of camera accessories as well. If you liked this video, you found it informative, please give it a like. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. For Images by Design, I'm Jim Setzer. Have a fantastic day.